I think society owes a great debt, history owes a great debt to Meet Geese, particularly in terms of the Frank story.
Great. So, hi guys, I'm Jonatan Blomberg, writing for MovieZine in Sweden.
Cool.
I only recently got the episodes, but I've been able to watch 3 episodes today, and I'm going to finish them all after this. It really sucks you right into it, and it's horrible in many ways, but it's really nice portrayals from both of you. Happy to say that you really drew me into it. So how was it to kind of step into this world for you two? It's not something you want to live in day to day, I suppose.
No, but it was definitely interesting. Oh, I can really hear myself. And exciting take, I think, for me on a part of history that we all know very well. I think, the Holocaust and Frank, it's been documented lots of times in television and film. So I knew, if I was going to be part of something that was of that time period, it had to be new and fresh and, relatable. And when I first read the pilot for A Small Light, I was completely blown away by how connected I felt to these people and how there I felt with them. And I think that was kind of Tony and Joan's mantra really during the whole of filming, was like, remember that don't think about it like we're making something about the past. Like, this was the present for these people. We were really striving to make it feel contemporary, to allow audiences to connect and relate it to now. So people would think, what would I do? And what should I do?
Yeah.
I think society owes a great debt, history owes a great debt to Meet Geese, particularly in terms of the Frank story. And so that's one aspect of it. But another thing that was really fun for me, at least when I was watching it and reading it, was by making the Franks and the war and everything else kind of peripheral, you feel like a fly on the wall in a very interesting way. And I really like that perspective on the story.
Yeah, I agree. I actually must confess my ignorance of not knowing anything about anyone else than Anne Frank, because
Right.
That's the name you hear, and that's who you kind of get to read about in school, but nothing about the rest of everyone who actually made that journey possible. Did you guys feel the same when you were introduced to this, or were you kind of somewhat aware about the story behind Anne Frank?
Don't feel bad, because I was the same. I didn't know anything about Meet Geese. I didn't know anything about the Dutch resistance or Amsterdam during this time. I only really knew about Anne, and I think she has really been immortalized in the diary, and I hadn't even thought for a long time about her and her family, in a really, really human way. And that's really what this show is striving to do. Is, yes, we know the political landscape and we know the facts, but what about the micro of it all? People were still, Anne was 13 to 15 when she was in the annex. She was growing from a girl to a woman. Her parents were still trying to parent her. Miep and her husband were still, a newly young married couple and going through all of that. And I think that's what makes people connect, because, life goes on whatever the context.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm really happy I got to speak with both of you, and I'm really looking forward to Masters of Air and The Perfect Couple coming up as well. Best of luck with this premiere, and I hope I get to speak with you whenever those 2 other projects come along.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you.